Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Food Experience. Today's food experience, the kind folks over at Garvey sent me a 9-quart electric chafing dish. This thing is awesome. In fact, last week I ran it for the very first time, and on one side I put chicken wings, and the other side I put egg fried rice. And I'm going to show you that in this video. First I'll go over the device, and then I'll get to cooking, and without further ado, here we go. On the side, there's an outlet to connect the power cable to, also a sticker with the power requirements. It does utilize 400 watts. You will need a grounded outlet. On the front, there's a display. It will show you the temperature in Fahrenheit. There's also a caution sticker letting you know that this area is going to be hot. To the right of that, a power LED. On the right-hand side of the device is a temperature control knob. It also turns on and off the device. When it's counterclockwise all the way, it's going to be off. And when you start turning it to the right, you'll hear it click internally. You'll know that it's turning on. And it has settings from 1 up to 3. And from my testing, I left it, I don't know, kind of a little bit before 3, and I was getting 170 degrees. The chafing dish set features a rollback top. There's a little handle, and I like that it has stoppers on the sides so that it's a real soft landing once it's opened up. On the side, there's an additional handle, and you could roll that side up as well. So I could see that good for certain applications. Maybe you have like a buffet table, a skinny table, and you want people to access it on both sides, or maybe you want one side used for filling the trays by the staff and another side for customers to open it up and serve themselves. Removing the rollback top portion, they provide you with 2 small food pans, and they're not really that small at all. They have a decent size to them. Below that is a large food pan, and you could run it with this, or you could put the 2 smaller food pans in. And that's the way I used it during my demonstration. At the bottom is the water pan, and I believe it's 15 quarts. You definitely don't need to fill it up that high. Like, I think 6 or 7 quarts is probably enough. But for storage, it's nice that everything goes inside of itself, including the power cable. And there you have it. So without further ado, let's get to some cooking, and here we go. 12 cups of egg fried rice. I've never made such a quantity before. I decided to combine all the aromatics, the garlic, shallots, and serrano peppers. Putting down some oil. Spread them out. That's a whole head of garlic, 6 serrano peppers, and 4 shallots. They've been going for a minute or 2. Toss them up. They'll definitely take several minutes to cook. They're definitely looking like they're finished. Removing them from the griddle. Now for the eggs, putting down some additional oil. And 1 dozen eggs. Usually I do this all at the same time, but normally I make 1 or 2 cups of rice, not 12. Should be interesting. And I think we're good to go. Don't want them to be too dry, because they're going to be cooking along with the rice in just a few minutes. Removing them. Now for the rice, putting down quite a bit of oil. And I'm using peanut oil for this cook. I went through the rice and kind of broke it up a little bit with my fingers. There's still some clumps, but not many. Here goes. Try not to chop at it. You don't want to break the rice. Although there are some clumps I want to break up, and I'm just going to push down on them. Adding some of the aromatics and the eggs. Soy sauce. MSG. white pepper, and stir frying it all up. Most of it is coated with soy sauce, looking good. Sesame oil. One more toss. Lastly, some green onions. It is looking and smelling so good. All the rice is individual grains for the most part. A couple clumps here and there, which I really couldn't avoid with 12 cups of rice. Adding it to one of the food pans. And ready for round two. Here's what I'm looking at so far, and I might not even need all 12 cups of rice. And I'll add this to the pan. The pan is definitely full at this point. All right, first guest, here we go. All right, I have another guest over. I'll be starting the chicken wings in just a few minutes. I have 3 bags of Mr. chicken wing sections. They're like party wings. Each bag is 2.5 pounds. There we go, 55 chicken wings in all. The chicken wings have been going for a half hour. Wow, they sure do smell good. And that's going to take me a minute to flip all these over. And I'll check again in 20 minutes. All right, it's been 20 minutes. Take the temp on a couple of these. Oh yeah, more than done. Start removing them. That's what I'm looking at. Let's get them in the chafing dish. There we go, chicken wings and egg fried rice. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are again with the Garvey 9-quart chafing dish. I really like this thing. It held the chicken wings and the egg fried rice at a nice warm temperature. I had the dial, I'd say like a quarter below 3, and it was maintaining 170 degrees. It has its own temperature sensor, and it will show you on the front of the device in an LED display the actual running temperature. So when you change that dial, it won't show the numbers changing immediately. However, it will adjust once the temperature inside adjusts. I really like that it has dual rollback lids. So like I was mentioning earlier, one for serving and one for refilling, or on a long table, you have guests and they could serve from both sides. I think that's really nice. I want to say it probably took about 45 minutes to an hour to heat up to that 170 degrees. It does take a little bit of time, but once it gets there, it maintains that temperature and it does a great job at it. I also really like they provide 2 smaller pans and then 1 larger pan. And the larger pan, I believe, is 9 quart. So both of these small pans would also be 9 quart. I could see that would be useful depending on the portions or possibly the type of food you want to put in there. Make sure to look at my description. I'll have a link back to Garvey where you could purchase this, and that will also include a 10% discount. In addition to that, there's also a 10% discount code. You could also find that in my description. As I was mentioning earlier, some of the footage got lost when people were serving themselves wings. I had a total of about 10 people over, and anyhow, it got cut off, and that's just is how it is. But really, this product works awesome, and I can't wait to use it again. I think next time I'm going to use it for like enchiladas on one side and Mexican style rice on the other side. So that's really about it. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, drop me a line below. I love hearing from you. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. I got all kinds of good things lined up. And until next time, have a stellar day. Be excellent. And most of all, remember me, I'm KJ Andy O, your food experience host with the most. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time.